Hello, everyone. This is Femi here, CEO of LifeZone Television. Happy new month to everyone who is watching me right now. I wanted to take a moment to invite pastors and ministers of the gospel to LifeZone TV's Pastors and Ministers Appreciation Luncheon. Now, we used to do this, but we haven't done one of these since the pandemic. This time is usually a time that we bring pastors and ministers together and just to show our appreciation to them for what they've been doing in the kingdom of God. And so I'm excited that we'll get to have another pastors appreciation launching in the building. Now, during the pandemic, we had some virtual stuff, but I'm excited that right now we'll be able to actually have the pastors and ministers appreciation launching inside the building. So this is going to be on August 12th, 2023, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So if you are a pastor or if you're a minister of the gospel, under the sound of my voice, I need you to register right away. Now, on the screen, you should see a QR code. So just scan the QR code and register, right? So register, or you could see the ticker under the lower third. You see it, scrolling around there. You see the website, which is www.lifezonetv.com/PAL, which stands for Pastors Appreciation Luncheon. All right, lifezonetv.com/PAL. Please go there right away and register. Now, what is a pastors and ministers appreciation luncheon like? What is it like? Well, usually during one of those luncheon, first of all, we call it a luncheon because we're actually going to feed you and it's going to be free. So, free food, free good food, right? We want to show our appreciations to our pastors and ministers of the gospel. And so we bring them together. We get a caterer to cater and to make sure that we have a nice delicious lunch. So come for a nice delicious lunch. But not just that, there's more. We usually have a giveaway, right? So we usually have a bag that we give to everyone, and it will have some resources and some materials. So what we are doing right now at LifeZone TV is that we are reaching out to some of the national ministries, and we are asking for some of the resources that can benefit pastors. And we are asking them to send them to us because we want to give them to you. We want to make sure that whatever resource that they have, whatever has been helpful to their ministry, that has helped their ministries to become, national and international, and has helped them to grow as a ministry, that you too can, take hold of those and use them for your own purposes. So we're doing that right now. We've reached out to a number of major ministries to help empower the pastors that will be coming to the Pastors and Ministers Appreciation Luncheon. Not only that, we usually have some prize giveaways. So you get to actually win some outstanding door prizes, right? Those of you who follow me might have seen pictures in the past of people winning different things. So this time around, not only are people going to be able to win things from LifeZone TV, but they'll be winning things from vendors and from other organizations around, the tri-state area. So that's another reason. If you're a pastor right now, if you're a minister, that's another reason for you to attend. Now, if you're not a pastor, but you have a pastor, you should have a pastor, right? So reach out to your pastor and let your pastor know. The pastor, LifeZone TV, is hosting a pastors and ministers appreciation luncheon, and we want to make sure you're there. All right, so get your pastors to be involved in this. Now, sometimes, pastors and ministers are kind of busy. They don't have time to actually see this announcement, but you are seeing it. So you need to be reaching out to your bishop. You need to be reaching out to your pastors. You need to be reaching out to those overseers and let them know that, hey, LifeZone TV is hosting in the building since the pandemic, right? Is hosting a pastors and ministers appreciation luncheon, and we want to make sure that you are represented. All right? So you get a delicious lunch, right? You get a bag that LifeZone TV is giving that has all kinds of resources in it. You get to win outstanding door prizes, and it doesn't finish there. You also get to fellowship, right? You get to fellowship with other pastors and ministers from the tri-state area. I think that is awesome. Sometimes, you're doing the work of the ministry and it could look like you're all by yourself and all alone. But sometimes you can use connections with other pastors that you can pray along with. As a matter of fact, one of the things we do at the Pastors Appreciation Luncheon is to make sure we have a time that pastors get to pray for one another. Now, I'll repost one of those videos on my page, during this week so that you could get to see an example of what I'm talking about. You see how pastors go in and they pray passionately for one another because they understand each other. They know what they're going through, so they're able to lift each other up in prayer. I remember one particular Pastors Appreciation Luncheon we had. There was one particular guy who was there, and he just lost a loved one, and it was just really broken. And I remember everybody kind of gathering around him and just really praying for him. It felt so good. It felt so supported. And that's what this is all about. That pastors, sometimes you're going through and, you can share this with your congregation, but that you can find some other pastors that you can connect with and you can pray with. So there's going to be a time to just fellowship with other pastors from the tri-state area. So if you're watching me and you're not a pastor, I need you to let your pastor know this, that LifeZone TV is hosting a Pastors and Ministers Appreciation Luncheon, and that your pastor needs to be there, right? And, get the information to them so that they can register and be a part of this Pastors and Ministers Appreciation Luncheon. Now, some of you may be watching, maybe you have a business, or maybe you have a ministry, a para-ministry, and you like pastors to know about what you do. You have a business that you do, you like